Are you an artist looking to teach paint and sip events, but you're curious as to what exactly you need as far as supplies go? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you the bare bone minimum setup that you need to start a paint and sip company. And if that resonates with you, stick around. Hi everybody, this is JJ Long from JJArtworks, and welcome to our official YouTube channel where we help artists create profitable paint party businesses. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. So in this video, we're going to tackle the question, what exactly do you need to launch a paint and sip company? And this isn't one of those videos where I tell you everything that you should have. This is just the bare bone minimum as to what you need to get started. And this is why I like telling everybody that starting a paint and sip company isn't as elaborate as you might think it is. You could probably get your booking, no lie, within a week. That's how fast these things can happen if you're really committed to just like kind of running to the deadline and getting it done. So that's what this video is all about, guys. It's just sharing you basically the bare bone minimum that you need to actually book your first paint party and make some money. So if that interests you, then please listen. So basically the first thing that you need is you need a sample painting. And you don't need 5, you don't need 20, you don't need 100, you just need one. You just need one painting that a client is going to hire you with. And the best way to do this actually is, say you find a group, and it could be your friends, it could be your coworkers, it could be acquaintances, maybe your parents, your siblings, your cousins, whoever it is, but you find a group of people that actually want to hire you, and they could just say, hey, JJ or Susie, whoever, we just want a landscape painting. You can create whatever you want. We just want like a landscape painting. We trust you. You're the professional. And that's how easy it can be. You just create one sample painting, right? So that's the first thing. You do need a sample painting. You need to show up and teach people how to create something step by step. If you just show up there with a blank canvas with nothing that they can look at, they're going to be like, okay, so why are we paying this teacher or instructor to teach us to do something when we don't know what we're painting? It's not a great way to get a booking, but regardless, you could actually probably do that, but let's not go that crazy. Let's just talk about one sample painting, okay? So you just need one sample painting, right? The second thing that you absolutely must have is your startup supplies. So depending on how big the group is, say it's like a group of like 10 people, or say it's even like 5 people. It doesn't have to be a crazy big group. You need to have enough startup supplies for like 5 or 10 people, whatever the group demands. So you definitely need to have paints, you need to have the canvases, you need to have paper plates, napkins, water cups, the tabletop easels, maybe some aprons, right? So, and you can probably get away with not having aprons in the beginning, or you can get away with maybe not having tabletop easels and just having everyone paint with their canvas flat on the tabletop. But I highly recommend that you do get tabletop easels and aprons, but this is your business. You can do whatever you want. But basically the bare bone minimum supplies to get started. I would even say that you don't even need to have your teaching easels. You could actually sit down at the table with people and just paint on a tabletop easel and teach people how to do this. So like I said, bare bone minimum setup. And then number 3, this is going to blow your mind, but all you have to do is set up and teach. And boom, you just launched your business. So, Susie books you on a Saturday with 10 people. You show up with the sample painting. It's a landscape with, enough supplies for 10 people. You set up, you teach people step by step, and then they pay you in cash or they pay you in Venmo, right? They don't even have to pay you with a credit card. They can just pay you. You can just say, hey guys, I'm just starting out. I'm only collecting cash and Venmo. So if you can pay me that way, that'd be great. And then boom, you've started your paint and sip company right out of the gates. It took you like a week, not even. So that's how fast it can be, right? I'm telling you, like a week or 2 weeks, if this is like the mentality you have, you can knock it out of the park this fast. So you didn't have to build a website. You didn't have to, purchase liability insurance. You didn't have to turn into an LLC. You didn't even have to have a logo or all these fancy social media accounts. You didn't have to do like a ton of cold outreach. You just went for the jugular vein and you knocked it out of the park. So that is basically the bare bone minimum of what it takes to launch a paint party company. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I do have some exciting news to share with you. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. So I'm really, really excited to let you know that I just launched my first paint and sip video course. It's actually called Paint Party Jumpstart. And it basically teaches you the foundation of how to build your paint and sip company. We talk about things like the importance of a website, how to brand yourself across social media platforms, how to do outreach, cold outreach, warm outreach. I actually have email scripts that you can copy and paste in the course, which is pretty cool. We talk about like the technical things like, turning into an LLC, or if you need liability insurance, and what to do about taxes and things like that. So if that's all important to you, please click on the link below in the description and check out our course. Also, if you'd like a free ebook sent to your inbox, I have a new book called Paint Party Freedom that teaches you the 17 reasons as to why you want to book a paint sip party today, or a paint sip business today. So definitely check that out. I have a link in the description to that as well. I also wrote a second ebook that you might want to check out. It's called Paint Party Essentials. And basically this is a book that teaches you basically the path and the journey to booking your first paint party event. So if that's something you're into, please click on the link in the description below. And then lastly, we just launched our Paint Party Mastery program, which we're hosting on School. So it's basically a free community of like-minded artists and entrepreneurs that want to build their businesses through the paint and sip industry. So if that's something that interests you, please click on in the description below. So thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate the love and support, and I'll talk to you all in another video. Have a good one, you guys. Bye-bye.